Is it visible to you, girls? Type messages. Check the chat box once. Yes. Yes. Yeah, fine. Thank you. Let us continue with this current affairs module. Uh, as we have seen, we have discussed earlier also that there are a couple of questions which has been asked in the format of passages, but without reading that passages also. I'm talking about current affairs only. That is general section, general knowledge section, and current affairs section. Without reading and jumping upon these passages, we can just flip through the questions and answer it if we know the current affairs well. So today we will be discussing the current affairs from September, then October, then till January. I mean January 2023. So we will be covering whole year's current affairs. Okay. Let us continue. So this is the content we will be discussing, and we will be going a bit faster so that let me check the chat box. मैं chat box देख नहीं पा रहा. Yes. Now I can see your chats also. So keep uh, posting messages so that okay. Let us continue for the session of current affairs. So let us start the September month first. Here, the most important current affairs is that Wahida Rahman to receive Dada Saheb Phalke Lifetime Achievement Award. Okay, so in CLAT they can ask questions related to films, questions related to legal affairs as well. So you need to understand this. They may give one passage related to um, let us say film industry on Bollywood or on Hollywood, and they will ask questions like this: who received this year's Dada Saheb Phalke Lifetime Award? So you must know that Wahida Rahman is the person who received Dada Saheb Phalke Award. Okay, so this name Wahida Rahman you must keep in mind. Then, while discussing this Dada Saheb Phalke Lifetime Achievement Award, which was given by Union Minister Anurag Thakur, who is the Minister of Information and Broadcasting. That minister is Anurag Thakur. Okay. That name is only important for us, nothing more. Now, the second most important thing here is Times Higher Education report. Okay, this is the report which talks about the and gives the ranking in the about the famous universities of the world. So they have given ranking of almost more than 1000 institutes. So what we should remember here is that the Oxford University has been ranked first. Okay, and who is the second? The Stanford University in the United States has ranked second, and MIT ranked third. So Oxford is first here. I'm highlighting. Look at the highlights. Then you have the Stanford University, which has ranked second, and MIT is the rank third. Okay, so Oxford, Stanford, and MIT. You can remember this as awesome. OSM, awesome. We say awesome. That is Oxford, Stanford, and this MIT. You can use this trick. Awesome. So just move ahead. There is one index, that is Global Innovation Index 2023, and India's rank is 40th. Okay, out of 132. That's only important. They don't ask questions like this, but in case if they ask, okay, but for UPSC they will certainly ask, or in ND also they can ask. But as far as CLAT is concerned, they are going to give you one passage and they are going to ask you for 5 questions on that passage. But the passages are not needed to be read out. You can just look at the current affairs sections and go on. So there is one Indian company, that is TCS, which has topped the Indian brands report. Okay, so TCS is the company which has topped. In case if they ask, we are just we are just covering the headings. Okay, why? Because in CLAT the level of current affairs is not so deep. They will ask very superficial questions, but the not the length or not the depth of the current affairs is high, but you should be covering horizontally. It means you should cover more and should not go deep into the current affairs. Unlike in other exams, they ask very detailed questions, but in CLAT they are not going to ask you very detailed questions. For example, in 2023 they asked about the Ukraine crisis, and they did ask who is the president, right, of Ukraine, and couple of questions like that. So we have seen the previous year's questions as well. While I was in Hyderabad, we have seen that. So we know how to study. We are just covering in case if they ask questions related to this current affairs. It would have been nice if you would have talked with me, but unfortunately you can only chat. That is very unfortunate for me. Let us check if in future we can talk to one another so that it will be more healthy for us. So there is one award, there is one day, that is National Teachers Day. National Teachers Day is celebrated on 5th of September every year to give as a tribute to the memory of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, the second president of India. So Vanilla, if you can talk, then why you are not talking? You should talk then. You have mic with you, you can talk. Okay? Hmm. Can't speak. Amrin is saying yes, sir. Aishwarya is saying can't speak. Only 13 April we can talk. Okay. Okay. There was one summit, that is the ASEAN Summit, Association of Southeast Asian nations. So that is ASEAN. So Prime Minister participated in the 20th ASEAN Summit. So you must remember that. And why I'm covering only the headings is that they will ask questions on headings only, and they will not go deep inside. Then this list is important. This is US Open winners list. Okay. Uh, you might have seen the tennis, right? You might have seen in newspapers also. Some of you might have also played tennis. So a couple of times they ask questions on sports. So you must remember that this year Novak Djokovic. This name you must remember. He is the person who has been the winner of men's single. So you remember this name at least. And he has been very famous player, Novak Djokovic. Very loved one, very famous player. He is the person. So remember this name, or you can write that Novak Djokovic is the person who won the men's single US Open 2023. Right now, here there was a lot of even cry about this G20 presidency. India hosted the G20 presidents. G20 is a group of almost 19 countries. G20 is a group of 19 countries. And India this year India was the president of the G20 summit. Okay. So you must remember this. Tanvir 21. Then they are not going to ask you these detailed questions. You just remember India was the president. And in case if they ask, they will ask questions about the declaration. That is the New Delhi African Union joined recently. Okay, thank you. Now you must remember this name also. Uh, this Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar prizes. Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar prizes. This this prize is been given by CSIR. CSIR is in Bangalore. Okay. So Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar prizes. They can ask questions that who have won the Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award. So Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award is given in the field of science. Remember that it is given in the field of science. And one of the significant feature is that only male have won this time. In 2020, there were two women scientists were there, and this year there are only men. Okay, no female is there. So this is unfortunate. These are the names. It's not very important. They are not going to ask their names. Okay, we will not look into the names of theirs. Again, remember this. Switzerland is the country which has topped the list of the world's best countries. So Switzerland is the best country according to the report. Okay, Switzerland ranked number 1 in the world's best countries report. Switzerland has once again claimed the title of world's best country. So this is the, I think, sixth time. What is the place of India? Very good. We'll check the place of India as well. What do you think? India will be in top 10 or not? We have a very tough time. We need to improve ourselves so that we could be in top 10. At least look at these countries, the top 10 countries. Look at these countries. No, India is not there. The first is Switzerland, then Canada, Sweden, Australia. All of the almost still it is developing. Yes, that is very important that we are developing. But sir, how can it be? Yes, but we require time. These countries are s- actually geographically small. In, for example, this you look at this Sweden or Germany or New Zealand. They're very small. UK, they're island countries. Netherlands also small countries. But we have very a long route to go. We need to improve ourselves. Then only we can be in top. Then only at least let us be in top 25 something, because mostly Western European countries are in the top because their standard of living is better, their economy is better. Due to low population, they developed. Maybe a population, for example, United States have a couple of I mean they have 20-30 crore population. Still, population is one of the reason. Look at China, for example. China's population is almost 140. High population, it is back. Okay. Though China is almost it has almost 140 crore population. Still, it is in top 25. We need to improve ourselves. Let us check our rank. India ascends to 30th position. इंडिया की रैंक कितनी है? इंडिया की रैंक कितनी है? 30. चाइना की 25 है. ओके. लास्ट ईयर से हमारी रैंक एक से इम्प्रूव है. पहले हम 31st पे थे. From 31st we have improved to 30. So let us try more and more so that we could be at least in top 25, then top 20 and top 10. Let us move ahead. This RBI is not important for us. Then Infosys again has topped the list, which is of the best companies of the world. So it is the best company in India, Infosys. And Infosys was founded by N.R. Narayana Murthy. So, Bangalore, it is the hub of IT. Narayana Murthy is also the um, father-in-law of the British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. You know about Rishi Sunak? He is the current Prime Minister of Britain. So Narayana Murthy's daughter is given to Rishi Sunak. So Narayana Murthy is the, now you can check. Look, the Kamala Harris, the Vice President of America, he is also of Indian origin. So America's Vice President is also of Indian origin. Then Britain's Prime Minister is also of Indian origin. That is Rishi Sunak. Is also the father-in-law. He is also the son-in-law of the Narayana Murthy. So we can say we can at least have some say in the politics of USA, in the politics of Britain, in the politics of India. So we control 2 or 3 countries at least. Even in few countries like Singapore also, we have our people of Indian origin. There are also many more countries where the people of Indian origin has become the prime minister. So good for us. The world's best company is Microsoft, followed then Apple, Alphabet. This on Meta. Meta is owned by, I think, Britishers ruled us for several years, but now Indians are ruling them. No, actually, we are not ruling them. They have chosen him. We have not chosen the British East India Company to rule over us. They have chosen Rishi Sunak. Is the member of, I think, the Conservative Party in Britain. There are two parties in Britain. One is Conservative Party and another is Labour Party. So Conservative Party, he became earlier. No, due to Brexit, you might have known this Brexit concept. Due to Brexit pressure, there were changes in the Britain. Like Theresa May was the prime minister, then she was kicked out. Then Boris Johnson became the prime minister. Then Boris Johnson was also kicked out. Then Rishi Sunak became the prime minister, and he is ruling over there. So this is it. So look at this top 10 countries. The Microsoft is the first. one of the most suitable, or the company suitable for working, that is Microsoft, then Apple, Alphabet. Meta is of Elon. Accenture is in Ireland. Okay. Then Pfizer. So you might know this vaccine, Pfizer vaccine. Okay. Then American Express. You might have seen this American Express. Okay. And then the company from France, the BMW. BMW and Mercedes. You might have seen that. It's from Germany. Then you might have used the technologies like HP and Dell and Asus, right? Then Louis Vuitton. These companies you must know. I mean, the General Motor is, when you type G and M, type for Gmail, you type just GM and search. The first website you get is that General Motors is one of the oldest motor vehicle company, automobile company. Okay, so this was it. You must know these names: Johnson and Johnson. You might know this name: Johnson and Johnson, Ford, Bosch, Infosys. So Infosys from India has topped in India, but it's still 64 in the world. Okay. So again, India won the Asia Cup 2023, and you must know that we have been beaten by Australia in the World Cup final. You know that? You have seen that match. I know that. Remember that also. If in case they ask. Let us move ahead fast. One important report is there, which is related to unemployment. The title of the report is that State of Working in India 2023, Social Identities and Labor Market Outcomes. So remember that this report is framed by Ajim Premier University, which is in Bangalore, in Karnataka. So it talks about the issues of unemployment in India. So we are facing the high problem which is related to this unemployment. Okay, so that is one of the major problem. Even in Telangana, one of the major reason uh, of the state backwardness is the unemployment. In South, Telangana has the very low rate of employment and high rate of unemployment. So that is the problem. So unemployment shouldn't be there. Banking sector is not important for us. Not even defense is important for NDA, not for CLAT. International current affairs are very important. Okay, we will be discussing the international current affairs. Okay. In the recent development, the Nobel Foundation has decided to cancel its invitation to Russian ambassador. You know why? Because there is conflict going on between the Ukraine and Russia. You know that. Yes. For that purpose, the Nobel Foundation has from Sweden. So Nobel Foundation is in Sweden. So they had cancelled invitation to Russia. So remember that is not so important, but you know that in future you will see rise in or escalation of war between Russia and probably the Scandinavian countries, particularly these the Finland. Probably you can see conflict between Finland and the Russia in future, like you have seen the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. So in future you can see conflict between Finland and Russia. Okay. One important concept is I to U to. Is there anyone who can give the full form of this I to E to U to? पढ़ा है किसी ने I to U to के बारे में? No, sir. So I2 means there are two I's, that is India, Israel. There are two U's, that is USA and United Kingdom. So this is called as I2 U2. If in case they ask the full form of I2 U2. Now this is important that Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended an invitation to US President Joe Biden. So this year, Joe Biden, okay, acha, India, Israel, United, okay, okay, okay. So I said three correct, one was wrong, and that wrong was USA. So it is not UK. It's not UK. That is UAE, United Arab Emirates. So remember, Prathamesh Mane is there. Thank you, Prathamesh. I to you two is that India, Israel, UAE, and USA. So remember that. I think that concept is very important. I to you two, because that has been very significant and it was in news due to some reasons. We will discuss why it was in news. So we are just discussing very important concepts. Not we are not going much into detail, but something which can be asked in CLAT. Okay. This is September's current affairs. Okay. Then we have to cover October, and then we will go backward like July, then June, and then May, and then April, March, February, and January. From January onwards, we will be covering January 2023 to October 20 or October 20, yes, October 2023. I think till November they might prepare the question paper. So there is no need to go for the November's current affairs. Probably your question paper, which you will be facing on 3rd of December, might have been prepared and went to the exam centers as well. So there will be, I don't think there will be questions from November current affairs, but there will be questions till October at least. So it is better for us to cover current affairs till October. So we'll be covering that. This is important. No, this concept is from the CLAT perspective. It is important. Access to justice is a fundamental right that every citizen should enjoy, regardless of their geographical location or socio-economic status. In a significant stride towards achieving this goal, Union Minister of Law and Justice has launched Tele Law 2.0, a revamped version of the Tele Law program. This initiative, operating under the Disha scheme by Department of Justice, Ministry of Law and Justice, aims to provide free legal aid. What is the article of free legal aid? Tell me. Anybody type in the chat box. Free legal aid. I will give you hint. It is in the DPSP. Tell me which article talks about the free legal aid. Type in the chat box. 39A, right? It's 39A. Not only 39, it's 39A. Let's talk about this. Okay. So we'll be discussing about this Tele Law 2.0. If I can see if there are important things regarding Tele Law 2.0. So actually that is the application. Okay, if you go and check the the 2.0 telelaw, which has been implemented by the National Legal Services Authority. There last year also there was question on this NALSA. Okay, so NALSA, that is Legal Services Act, it is passed in 1987. Okay, and Chief Justice of India, who is the Chief Justice of India? Chandrachud. He is the patron in chief. Remember that. And in every district you have District Legal Services Authority just to implement the program. Remember this. Okay, so I think this article from the perspective of law is important. So if in case they ask which application has been launched, so this application is telelaw. Then again another important concept is disha. So we will be discussing about the disha. So is there anyone who know about disha? What is the full form of disha? Disha's full form is designing innovative solutions for holistic access to justice. You can write down the full form. I am talking about this disha. Okay. Yes. So what is the full form of disha? Designing innovative solutions, designing innovative solutions for holistic access. That is disha. Okay. So if in case they ask what is the full form of disha, I'm talking about this. Okay. Designing innovative solutions for holistic access to justice. And it is for 5 years. Okay, it starts from 2021 and it will go till 2026. Remember this. It's talk about the article 29A, as you said, and then article 14, that is right to equality, and article 21, that is right to life. Okay, telelaw actually it is the platform which aims to empower the people for the law. It seeks to help the poor people, particularly from marginalized community. While solving the passage also, we have seen that how it helps to for the women, for women security regarding domestic violence and all. It will give free legal help people from poor sections, marginalized sections, and women also. Okay, for the so this is how you check. Look, I have discussed this in detail. Reason being, this I think is important from the legal perspective. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone into detail. I would have rather skipped. Okay, so let us go further. So whenever something which will come related to law, na, we will go into detail. Okay, and which is something not related to the law, we will be just going superficial, not too much into detail. Okay. Then one important thing is that at the venue of G20 summit, world leaders will be greeted by a 27-feet tall Nataraja statue. Okay, you know about Nataraja? Yeah. So that becomes one of the important concepts regarding the Nataraja statute, which is actually, we can say, the avatar of Lord Shiva. uh, which is in its cosmic dance form. There are different actions to it. I think there are 8 actions and very different tones and cheers to it. Um, I mean, there are various facial expressions in it. And who is under the feet of Nataraja? This is the GK question. I'm not expecting an answer. If you know, you can tell. No, what is the who is under the feet? You know, if you see the Nataraja diagram, so image, so there is someone. I think that is Maya, evil, something which is evil. Is it under the Nataraja? You can check. And in UPSC IAS exam, they have asked this question. Okay. Tell me, what is this scheme related to Ujjwala? Is there anyone who knows this Ujjwala scheme? There are 2 schemes. One is Ujjwala and another is Ujala. So tell me about Ujjwala. Yes? Tell me. Actually, it's related to, repeat the question. I am asking about, do you know about this Ujjwala? Ujjwala scheme. It is related to actually gas. Okay, LPG, or I can say it is related to gas. It's written there. And one scheme is there which is related to Ujala. You know, which is related to Ujala. There is one scheme, Ujala. Ujala is related to LED. Okay, cylinders. Yes. Then there is one concept which is regarding the e-codes. The Indian government has given the green light. It means it has given the permission. In English, when we see green signal or green light, it means the permission to phase the for the phase third or phase 3 of e-code project. You know, it is an act towards the modernization of Indian judiciary. You can go to YouTube and just type like Supreme Court of India, so you will see the live proceedings. Yes, you can see the live proceedings in Supreme Court of the Supreme Court of India. Even in High Court, for example, in Hyderabad you have High Court of Telangana or Andhra collectively. So in Hyderabad High Court, you can see what is happening in Hyderabad High Court. You can see, just the go on the YouTube and just type Hyderabad High Court live. So you will see there will be one channel, we will be this, and you can watch that what judges are saying, how lawyers are arguing. So that is very significant. Earlier we just could have imagined what is happening, because nobody just go to high courts and just look what is happening there. But this is very fortunate that for the first time we are looking at this live sessions from not only from High Court but also from Supreme Court, for that matter. Let's move ahead. Now, you have new parliament. Do you know that? Earlier, the parliament was in circular shape like this. Now the parliament is like this. There is Central Vista project. Yes, Central Vista. And even the capacity has also been improved. Yes. the capacity of Lok Sabha was, you know, our election are being conducted on the census of 1971, and now till date it's 888. I think you have told me 880, but it's 888. I think, if I remember. I'm not sure, but it's a triple eight something in Lok Sabha. Okay. Earlier, this building was built by this person called Lutyens. Okay, Edwin Lutyens. This building was built by Sir Edwin Lutyens in 1927, when Britishers were ruling over us. And one of the most important thing, I think tomorrow also we will be discussing about this women reservation bill, because I think there will be passage on women reservation bill. I think so. At least they can ask, because this is very significant, and and from the perspective of judiciary also it is very important, because there are questions on judiciary that uh, that till today there has not been a single women chief justice of India. All chief CJI were male, not a single female. And who is the first woman to go into the Supreme Court? Although she didn't become the CJI, but she was the first person to be in the central court or in the Supreme Court. She's from Kerala. You know about this Fatima. So she's Fatima Begum is the first person, I think, to be the first woman in the Supreme Court. And why I'm telling this, because recently she died. She was also governor of Telangana and Kerala. She was governor there. She was appointed as a governor. She recently died. I think in last 2 3 years, 2 3 days back, I read that news that she has died, and she was the first woman to go into the Supreme Court. Remember that name, Fatima Begum. Okay, let's move ahead. And as I said, that we'll be discussing about this women reservation bill, which aims to give 33% reservation for women in Lok Sabha and the assemblies. Earlier, already in Maharashtra, we have almost 50% reservation in local bodies, and in there are provisions for 33 percentage of reservation in local self bodies by 73rd and 74th Amendment. Remember this tomorrow. If in case I miss, tell me that we must discuss about this women reservation bill. I hope that there will be questions. Then again, one something which is related to law, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated an international lawyers conference 2023 at New Delhi's Vigyan Bhavan. This conference organized by Bar Council of India. You must know what is Bar Council. What was the theme? Emerging challenges in justice delivery system. It was the first. So it is important. The theme is emerging challenges in justice delivery system, organized by Bar Council of India. Okay. For you to become, in case if you become the lawyer, so you know that you must register with the Bar Council of India, BCI. It is the body. Unless and until you get certificate from the Bar Council to practice, that is called as certificate of practice. So unless they give you a certificate, you cannot practice. Okay. So you remember BCI, Bar Council of India. Then this act, that is ASPA, was earlier also they have asked questions regarding Armed Forces Special Powers Act, as under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay, it gives, what is AFSA? Your AFSA. whatever you called is. This Armed Forces Special Power Act, this act gives the army personnel special powers for security purposes, for internal security, when there are certain threats, when there are certain issues regarding internal security. And if the home ministry thinks that unless you give special powers to the soldiers and to the military personnel, the things cannot be under control. So for that purpose, they have given special powers to armed forces. Okay. We are just moving ahead, just looking. You know what is Mission Indradhanush? Actually, Mission Indradhanush is something which is related to vaccines. Okay, immunization or vaccination. Mission Indradhanush. You know what is Indradhanush? Indradhanush means this rainbow. Indradhanush is like, we often call it Indradhanush in Marathi. In Telugu also, I think you might be saying Indradhanush. In English, it's called rainbow. But Mission in Indradhanush, remember that it is related to the vaccination of uh, vaccine preventable diseases. Do you know what is gig economy? Tell me. There are three words there. Gig. Tell me what is that? Gig. Yes. If we say gig economy, what is gig economy? Yes. No, don't know. Gig economy is when you, for example, uh, when you don't have permanent jobs, okay, then you go for the freelancing. Okay. No, for example, government employees have the permanent jobs. But let us say reporters, for example, if they don't have a permanent job, they go for the freelancing. Like they will open the YouTube channel and will do blogging, food blogging or travel vlogs. No. So those without the without these permanent jobs, they have temporary jobs and they are freelancers. They are called as gig workers. Okay, remember this name, gig. So when you have temporary uh, working conditions or temporary positions, is it clear to now? Is it clear? It is gig when you have temporary jobs and not the permanent jobs. Okay, you don't have permanent jobs. That is called as gig. Is it clear? Okay, then just moving ahead. Just moving ahead. Something, if in case we have discussed this daily law again, it's repeated. not that important for us. We have discussed already in detail. Defense is important for NDA, not for CLAT. Now there is one report which is gender gap report or gender snapshot report. It says, you know about SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, the target of 2030, framed in 2015. Earlier, Sustainable Development Goals were called as MDGs, that is Millennium Development Goals. From MDGs, it has become the SDGs, that is Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 targets, 17 goals. Okay, remember that also United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. It talks about basically equality and justice and zero hunger and cleanliness and clean energy. It talks about like that. Sports again we have seen is just moving and looking if something happens. If some important comes, we'll discuss. Then look, these are not very important. G20 we have discussed G20. That's not right now important. We have discussed ASEAN also. You know what is COD? Actually, COD is important from the perspective of this NDA, but still I will discuss. It's COD means four, something which is like tries, no, three. So COD means four. So you have India, Australia, Japan. It is in the Indo-Pacific region. I have done my PhD in this region. So while doing that, in the this Indo-Pacific region is the future of the world. This Indo-Pacific region is the region right from South China, that is from China, whole of the Pacific, for example, and till the eastern or western coast of USA, and this Chile, Peru, Brazil, all, even Australia, even is so important concept. It will be the future of the world. In coming times, you will see a lot of things happening in Indo-Pacific. Those who will control Indo-Pacific will control the world. Okay, it is as simple as that. Now again, Singapore, it's in the news. It's equatorial country, sandwiched just alongside this in Singapore, this Indonesia, Malaysia. You have Singapore country there, equatorial country. So it has become the world's freest country. Freest means its economy is very open, without any taxes, no, not many taxes, not hidden taxes, very free for business, very less charges they are uh, uh, you know just putting upon the companies. Companies just fear the taxes. Let us say in India or in at least in USA, if you are uh, for example, an IT personnel has a 10 lakh salary per annum, and its salary is going to improve, let us say 20 lakh it became per annum, means per year he is earning some 20 lakh rupees. He will be almost paying 3 to 4 lakhs as a tax, imagine. And look at this is individual. And now if you look at the company's tax, it's far more. The taxes and the sales and charges and the fees from the collection, from the government, from the tax department. So the countries with these uh, heavy taxes grow less. So the taxes should be less, so that the companies will come, and it will, along with it will have the FDI, that is foreign direct investments. So with FDI, you will see whenever the foreign companies will come, it will come up with the technology, and we will have more employment. So that's why we should have the free economies. So everybody remember that, and that is the one of the aspect of capitalism. They talk about the free economy. These are some days. I don't think that they will ask about the days, but in case if you want, coconut day, you eat coconut. That is on the celebrated on the September 2nd. So again, suicide prevention day is September 10. Then again, you have World's River Day. It's on 24th. It's not very important. I don't think that is important. Defense is not important for us. For the CLAT, science and technology we have discussed. We will see if legal affairs are there. Books and authors. Okay. People's G20, the book which is related to G20 summit, has been authored by Apurva Chandra. He is the secretary, Apurva Chandra, of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Okay. Okay. There is one famous book by Fire on the Ganga. This is one book we can remember. Most probably they will still not ask questions on that. This we will discuss that a significant development of sustainable infrastructure. Tabreed, an Abu Dhabi based service provider, has planned for massive $200 million. This will come in Hyderabad city for the development of the pharmaceutical industry. Okay, so in future in Hyderabad you will see development in the pharmaceutical industry. So because we have put on lot of money in it, almost $200 million. So in future we will see a lot of development in in the pharmaceutical sector of Hyderabad. This is what you know when you study current affairs. You know about Nipah virus. Nipah virus is zoonotic disease. What is zoonotic? Something from plants to animal. Sorry. From animals to man. For example, you have some diseases in bats. Okay, in bats. So from bats, it will come to and like men or male. So it is called as zoonotic disease. So Nipah virus, you will see the outbreak in Kerala. So Nipah virus was in news. It attacks your you know brain. It affects your neural system. This Google has become almost of 25 years. Okay, Google Google's 25th birthday was there. So uh, our life has become very easy due to Google. Every time when we face problem, Google has become our friend. Actually, Google is a search engine. Since last 25 years, it has been our service. So remember that it has become of 25 years. Uh, this static part is not that important for us. This is for NDA, not for you. So again, from first we will do revision, and whatever was there in Hindu newspaper. Okay, you don't have time for Hindu newspaper. I know that most of you are not reading Hindu newspaper. So what was there in Hindu newspaper? We are discussing that. So we are just revising whatever we have highlighted. The first thing we discussed. This is Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Okay, we know that. I talked and told you about this Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan is that uh, about Teachers Day on 5th of September. And this is Djokovic. Okay, Novak Djokovic. This is, who is this? Rohit Sharma. This is Wahida Rahman, Dada Saheb Phalke Award. Yes, these four persons. This is G20 we have discussed. Is it clear now? These are the people in the G20 summit. Okay. Just last couple of minutes, last 5 minutes more, and then we will wind up. I have discussed about Wahida Rahman got the Dada Saheb Phalke Award and all. We have discussed that awesome wala part, that is Oxford and Stanford and MIT, and we don't have any university of ours in top 10. So our university is this ISER Bangalore, Anna University, and Jamia Millia Islamia from Delhi. And I studied here. Very proud of that I studied in Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. And then this is Mahatma Gandhi University. Okay, here a couple of universities. So we discussed the innovation report. We discussed the brands that TCS got the first award in it tops in the Indian brands list. Then again we discuss about this Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan for Teachers Day. Yes. Then we discuss about ASEAN, and we discuss what they did and what is the full form of ASEAN. That is Association of Southeast Asian Nations. We discuss about this COD also. COD is that who were the members? There are four members, as I said. India is there, Australia is there, Japan is there, USA is there. Then we have seen this Novak Djokovic is the main single tennis. Then we have seen this Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize, which is given in the science field and CSIR Bangalore. Then this Switzerland is one of the best country in the world, and India is 30th, and China is 25th. Then we have discussed this Infosys also. Infosys is almost on the 64th number, and the first one of the most important country, the best country to work is Microsoft and then Apple. We have discussed that. We have discussed the unemployment, that India is facing one of the problem of unemployment. Then we discussed about this I2U2 and Prathamesh Mane. I think he corrected me rightly. That India, Israel, this is United Arab Emirat and USA. Then we discussed that Prime Minister Narendra Modi called US President Joe Biden to visit India on Republic Day on November 26 last year. This year, sorry, 2023, January 26. That is, we celebrate Republic Day. Then we discuss about this in detail about this Daily Law 2.0. We discuss about this Disha full form. What was the full form? Everyone forgets, right? Is there anyone who can tell me the full form of Disha? Yes, you can, you can type if you have time. Then we discuss about Nataraja. Then we discuss about Ujala and Ujwala. Designing innovative solution to holistic access. Yes, Aishwarya, you are correct. Yes, you are Vanilla. You are also called designing innovative solutions for holistic. Actually, you are missing one point. Holistic access. Then we discuss about e-courts. Then we discuss about the parliamentary structure. We discuss about Sir Edwin Lutyens. Then tomorrow we will be discussing about women reservation bill. And we have discussed about International Lawyers Conference, which was held in New Delhi by organized by Bar Council of India, which with the emerging challenges in the justice delivery system. And we discuss about this AFSA, that is Armed Force Special Power Act. We discuss about gig workers. The gig workers are those who have very who don't have this permanent work and they are just working temporarily as a freelancer somewhere. We call them as a gig. So government is giving them insurance. We have discussed that also. We have discussed this, Disha. Then we have discussed again about this gender, and we discuss about these sustainable development goals. Then again we have discussed G20, what happened there. We have discussed ASEAN. We have discussed this Indo-Pacific region, Quad, and we have discussed that Singapore become the freest economy. And then we discuss this days. Okay, this is the end. This is end. And we discuss about this zoonotic virus disease, viral disease called Nipah. Hopefully, I have completed. The September's current affairs. Tomorrow we will be discussing about October's current affairs. Okay, so tomorrow, thank you for kindly listening with patience.